Stay-at-home orders were lifted in Pennsylvania this week, but we're not out of the woods just yet when it comes to the coronavirus. So to get us an update on where we stand with the pandemic, we are joined by our friend and medical expert, Dr. Arnold Baskies. He is past chairman of the National Board of Directors of the American Cancer Society and also chair of the Global Cancer Control Advisory Council. So, Dr. B, welcome back.
Thank you.
So there are concerns that the large protests we've seen recently could lead to a spike in infections. If they do, does that mean that we go back into lockdown mode?
Well, Stephanie, the protests were a recipe for new COVID surges. The protesters should be tested. There is a possibility, although I think it's remote, that we could end up back to where we were 5 or 6 weeks ago. But if everything works out the way I think it will, in the sense that many of the protesters were wearing masks and were abiding, although they couldn't abide by social distancing, they were wearing masks. So I'm hopeful that we won't see a spike, but it is possible. And if we do, we could be back to square one. But let's hope that that's not the case.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Many of the protesters that we've seen on the streets, they were wearing masks. I can tell you that I was out there this week for one of the protests. I got to say 98% of them were wearing masks. But, you know, we do have to ask the question, how much protection do those masks actually offer when people are packed in close together? You were getting to that just a minute ago. How much does it protect you? Well,
masks are not a substitute for social distancing. However, they are protective, and if nothing else, they enforce respiratory etiquette. So there are some tips on masks. Number one, if you're going to wear a mask, wear it appropriately. Cover the nose and the mouth. I see people wearing the mask covering the mouth but not the nose. It doesn't make any sense. N95 masks are not for exercise, and they are unnecessary. Paper masks are more than adequate. But as I said before, they are not a replacement for social distancing. If you're going to wear a cloth mask, wash the mask daily at least. And a container that's used to hold the mask is not a good thing because it'll prevent you from remembering to wash the mask. Cloth masks, 2 layers, tightly woven material. Do not touch the front of your mask. It defeats the whole purpose of it. And make sure you wash your hands. So masks are protective. They do reinforce social etiquette, and but they are not a substitute for washing your hands. And remember, don't touch the front of the mask.
Yeah, I like that piece that you just said about washing it every single day. And it's true, if you have a little container to put it in your purse, you're going to forget to wash it every day. So just make sure that... Right. So just make sure that you're able to do that. And, you know, we missed you last week, obviously, because there were all those protests going on. Is there anything else that you think people should watch out for in these next few days and weeks?
Well, the temperatures have increased. We're outside more, but that's still, if you're in an area where there's a boardwalk, or you're you're working out in an area where there are a lot of people, remember to be respectful of those people. Try to wear your mask whenever possible. The mask is protective. It does, but it's not a substitute for social distancing. But it is essential that you avoid large crowds, even in the outdoors. So if you're on the beach, try to convene or stay away from other people, stay in tight, small circles, and try to wear your mask whenever possible.